of time.
Let's talk about time. I'll grasp your last word. How long do you think the ideal training for a coach or a club has to take in order to see some changes, like some improvements under the psycho-emotional spectrum?
How long will it take to coach someone to improve this?
Yeah. Let's go with that.
Again, there's no textbook about this. I think, first of all, it's a never-ending process because we can always improve, no matter what we know and what we went through. There's always a different scenario that we can go through and a different experience that we can learn. And it will depend on the person. Who are we coaching? What kind of background he or she had? And also what kind of environment is created in that club as well. An example I will give you, when I joined the club, the amateur club that I run, it was just a basic club with WhatsApp messages, thumbs up and thumbs down if you join in the session and whatnot. The owner of the club gave me full authority and full decision-making to do whatever I want to do with the club. Obviously, he told me this is the budget and enjoy. In the past 3 years, from that one team, we grow into 3 teams. We managed to create all this collaboration. We traveled abroad to play games. We've been mentioned on BBC. We had a TV show back in the days as well, a documentary about the club. So because I felt good, I managed to create an environment for the club in order to grow. But is my, let's say, progress of psychological training or emotional intelligence finished, or am I a done product? I'm never a done product. So it's difficult to say how much time you need, to be honest. It really depends on the person and what they want. And it's a fresh topic. I'll do my research on it.
It's a good response. And I appreciate staying vague and not fixing, because, human developing and understanding is something that is unique. Someone will learn in 4 months, 6 months. Someone else might need 12 months. And even with a year of training, we never finish learning. We continuously find blind spots in ourselves. Why am I behaving this way? So you go back to your own psychology and your own emotional awareness, emotional understanding.
Yeah, absolutely.
To what degree do you think is beneficial for an athlete now? We were talking about a federation. So now let's talk about an athlete individually. How useful and beneficial can be for them individually to have a coach that's gonna support dealing with pressure, understanding emotions, regulating emotions, detach from distractions before the match?
Highly. I was always watching Ronaldinho. I don't know if you remember, the Brazilian player back in the days. And you see him play with such ease. And he was always smiling and he seemed happy. But he just played football like it was just for fun. And he was playing at the highest level possible. That just proves that if somebody's in the right state of mind, enjoying himself or herself, will perform and outperform. It's really hard to compete for me against you. If you're enjoying yourself and I'm looking at it as a chore, then I can't do as good as you do, because for you it's so easy. And we're doing the same thing, but you're just doing it such an ease. And suddenly, because for you it's such an ease, you become so creative. So suddenly you're performing so much better, because creativity enhances performance. But in order to be creative, you have to feel good. You have to be in the right environment, as we spoke about. And many times I listen to football players where they said, all I needed from a manager is just a hand on my shoulder and say that he trusts me, or she trusts me, and believes in me and gives me the right amount of time. As a manager, I think nowadays it's not even about, but this is just my belief, it's not about tactics and formations and whatnot. How can we make that cohesion amongst our players? How can we create a good chemistry and make people feel good? Because a football player nowadays, they know everything. It's not like back in the days. Now they go on YouTube, They go on the internet and they can see all the skills, the sessions, the tactics, the formations. They understand. Players became so much more intelligent. I think the coach's role changed so much. Yeah, of course, we still decide the formations and who's playing and the tactics, but we consult with our players. Like I do that a lot. I will go to my players and ask, how do you feel about this? What do you think about the session? Should we change it, make it easier or more difficult? But on the end of the day, I try to create that environment for them to feel good, have fun, and that will enhance their performance. Last season, 2 seasons ago, we won the league with the adult team. And what I did before every game, I texted each and every player, hey, listen, it's a pleasure having you on board. I love your skills. I love the way you behave, your character. We need you. You're such a massive pillar. And each and every player that was playing the next day, we won the league. And the tactics were nothing special. Furthermore, I didn't know as much as I know now, tactic-wise. Last year, I didn't do that. And we didn't win any leagues last year. We didn't win anything. We stayed in the middle of the table. And I believe that was a massive impact as well. So for a player, a person, an individual to have that, it is a massive importance.
It should be, Norbert, a very interesting study to make. So how just a text before the match and transmitting trust and just I believe in you, I believe in the team, you are important. To see in a tangible way how that literally, even by data, affect performance. And as you said, mentioning Ronaldinho, having the right mindset, it's gonna unleash creativity and ease of playing. Of course, you are expressing the mindset, the right mind approach to the match that is crucial.
Yeah.
You mentioned as well cohesion in a team. I too believe is crucial. I oftentimes mention, do you remember when Paris Saint-Germain wanted to win the Champions League? So it got all the best players around, spending an amount of money that was wow. Did they win the Champions League? They didn't. And sometimes we rationalize why, because on paper they had all the players, the best ones. So what happened? And so cohesion. They were not playing as a team. They were 11 individuals, and one was thinking that the others has to play for me, and vice versa, vice versa, and vice versa. So there was no team. So cohesion in a team is what really brings success. I agree with you.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're about to say goodbye to each other. Last question. Do you have a suggestion from a president of a club, a CEO of a company as well? Let's make it broad, not just football-wise. To other coaches and to athletes. What would you say to them about this emotional intelligence thing that you may agree is not that really well known yet?
Oh, it's difficult.
Last one is always the most difficult.
I would say do this and this. That might help 2-3 guys, but it will not help another 10 guys. But overall, I think the biggest thing that helped me was lowering my ego, opening up to suggestions, listening to others, and not just waiting for my response and jumping in, but actually listening. And I do not have to agree. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying agree with everything that other people say, but listen and lower your ego. I was quite young. I had a job and I was working on construction and I was brooming. So my boss came. I was 17, 18. I just finished high school and my boss came and he said, "That's not how you broom." And I said, "What? That makes no sense." And he said, "Let me teach you how to broom." And obviously hurt my ego and I got into an argument. And I lost that job. And I really needed that job because, I came from a poor background. So I did promise myself then that I will never argue no matter what people tell me, and I'll listen. So many years after, every time somebody said something, and even when it was some people that were polite saying, hey, look, I think you should, sorry, but I think you should do this and this. I was like, no, it's okay. Come here, tell me. Yesterday, I had a session with Norwich under 14s, and we were doing a certain type of a pattern, passing pattern. And one of the players said to me, once the pattern happened, but he didn't really say it out loud, but quietly he was like, I would never do that in a game. Little fella, 14-year-old, really small guy. And I said, whoop, stop there. I said, really good. I said, tell others, what did you say? No, it's fine. I don't want to argue. No. I said, I'm happy you said that. What did you say? He said, well, I think it's unrealistic to do that. Boom. Good. I said, thank you. Let's change that now. So what I planned, I changed it because I listened to him. So yeah, I think just overall listen and put the ego down. It hurts, but
a great example. Yeah, a great example is how to communicate to them that they are being listened. This is, yeah, precisely what we're talking about. Of course, there is that shyness, or I don't want to argue with the coach, but if the coach presents himself like, I'm open to it, please help me to do what I do better. And of course, I'm open to change what I planned. This is what creates the environment that we are talking about.
Yeah, you have to be approachable. I mean, players are intelligent. They know what they need. It's like, I will not coach what I want to coach. I will coach what needs to be coached. And in order to find that out sometimes, because I'm still learning a lot, I'm on my journey as well. Sometimes I'm not quite sure what needs to be coached. So then I'll rather ask the players, guys, how was that? And they'll be like, that was good. Okay, but what was good about it? Don't just give me a closed-ended answer. This and this. How about what could we do better? And sometimes they're shy. They won't say. So I'll pull them on the side because they don't want to talk in front of the group. But eventually they will tell you what they kind of didn't like and would like to do better. And that is really important, to have that communication, build trust, and then cohesion comes in on the end of the day. Yeah.
Super true. And the point of lowering your ego is, yeah, crucial.
Very important. Yeah.
Norbert, was a very insightful contribution from you. I'm very grateful.
Thank you for your time. It was a pleasure to join you. Always happy to speak to you. Always interesting topics. As I said to you, this is my dissertation topic as well. So we might still talk in the future. I might need some advice as well.
Definitely. Time, Norbert. We are here to help each other. Yeah, we are sharing. We are not teaching. Let's say.
Yeah. True. Bouncing ideas back and forward. I agree with that. Absolutely.
Once again, thank you, Norbert, and see you soon. Thanks for your contribution.
Thank you, Nick. Ciao.